Hello and welcome back to the Hatted podcast. I'm fresh from my speed awareness course. So I'm like a new, improved, better version. I would like to just put anyone's fears to one side about why I was at the speed awareness course. I was caught doing 25 in a 20. So not quite the like desperately cool Mad Max leader you were hoping for, but nonetheless, I guess a criminal. So I've come from that now. Changed forever. Had a lovely morning with Mark and Paul, just explaining all the things. I will never tire of meeting strangers who I think are all clinically deranged. In my experience, is anyone else there? Just every time you meet a new stranger, you're like another clinically deranged person. Good. But I loved them. That's the difference, I think. Like, I meet clinically deranged people up here and I love them. And I meet clinically deranged people when I'm like down in London, like I was a while ago, and I just want like the entire building to burn down. Do you know what I mean? So it was actually a delightful morning. Terrible coffee, really delightful morning. I'm so excited about this episode because I have my first guest and it could be no one else. She'll be here in a minute. But the reason I wanted her on this one is not just because she's my best one, but also because I really wanted to do an episode on the Childfree people. The Childfree, oh my God, I even say that like that it's like Orky. Basically, I had a night out with my mates, my like best mates, who were all Childfree, and I believe will stay so. That's not my business, but I'm pretty sure they'll all stay as such, and. It's a okay. Does anyone else have this thing where when you have identified as something for such a long time, suddenly the fact that you're not in that club, you're like, oh, wait, like I see my girls get it when they get a boyfriend. I've had it in the last 4 or 5 years. My kind of wolf pack of single girls, a few of them have got boyfriends. One of them is actually married now. One of them, they've just had a baby. And my other mate, she's been with her fella for about a year now. I cannot tell you how long it took them all to call this person their boyfriend. I even talked to one of mine I was with her a little while ago. And I said to her, I was like, he's your boyfriend. She was like, I can't say it. She was like, I just can't say it. I don't call him my boyfriend. And she's obviously in a relationship. She likes him so much. They're completely exclusive. There's none of that aspect to the thing. She's not like playing a good game, but it's the identification. I cannot tell you. I don't even know what it would take for me to call someone my boyfriend. I can't imagine that word coming out my mouth. And did anyone see the Vogue article that was a few months ago? It might even have been just after Christmas. How many months? I don't know. It was called, and it got really clickbaity and everyone was talking about it, but it was called, oh God, it's an avalanche, sorry. But it was called, Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing Now? And the article, it wasn't slagging men off. It wasn't like shitting on love or anything like that. It was the notion of what relationships once were versus what they are now. Are women actually a little bit embarrassed with this, with the having of a boyfriend? And the article was kind of a bit more multi-pronged than I'm making it, which was about what's it actually offering? Is it inhibiting you more? Are you putting restrictions on yourself by getting a boyfriend? Is there more responsibilities and less da-da-da-da-da? I think I mean it like you've been this thing, you've been this entity, this singular entity, and especially for those of us who've been single for such a long time. I always say there's this period when you get single, you need to get through lonely and into alone. Lonely is really hard. Lonely is the aftermath, the immediate aftermath, when it is just a recalibration with like not being in that relationship and not being with that person. And that can be really lonely. It's meant to be. I mean, it's completely part of the course. It's meant to be. So it's really hard. It's awful, whatever side of it you're on. And then you break through that sort of tunnel into alone. And alone is the most joyous place, at least it is for me and a lot of my girls. It's so joyous. It's so free. It's so wild and has so many options. And so the minute you then find someone who you fall madly in love with, which is a beautiful thing, there's this like embarrassment. It's like all of them have had it. All my girls who've got one have had it, where they've gone, yeah, I mean, he probably won't work, or like, oh yeah, he's fine. I mean, he's fine. It's whatever. Like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They're really, and I've sort of with all of them had to, and it's not just me, by the way. I'm not just this like dogmatic, scary single mate who's like, don't get in one. I think I was with one actually. But they all feel this sort of hesitation at saying that they're not single anymore. And I totally get it. I say this because I do think I'll be the same. But the mummying thing is, I had it with my mates. And they're three of my best mates. You know, I've known them for years, and they love pickles, and there's none of that. Like, they're not disappointed with me, is what I'm saying. They're not treating me differently. They're not being like, you are rubbish now. But I was child-free for such a long time. And to watch how the world changes in its treatment of you is so interesting. And it's not the world, like society. I mean, it's the people. So, perfect example. We were talking about this when we were all out. The comments the people in your life make, like, Bridge will kill me. She'll kill me. But, and she didn't mean it with anything other than she just didn't think it through. It was a few years ago at Christmas. And we do this like Boxing Day walk, like the day. I think this is the whitest thing, white people problems. We do like a Boxing Day walk with like loads of our close family friends. And we all go out on a big walk somewhere near us all when we were in London. And there's one year Boxing Day, I was like, oh, who's going? And she listed them all off. I was like, are the kids going? And obviously you still call them the kids, even though they're my age, but I meant our generation. Like, are the kids going? And she was like, no, they're not going. Tiki can't come, and Simon can't come, and Freddie and Sam might be blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why aren't they coming? She's like, well, darling, they've all got their own families. And I was like, oh, but I don't. So I have to come, is the implication. Like, they all have wives or husbands and their own children, maybe. But I don't, which means I am still more your child than I am my own adult, was the long and short of it. And again, she did not mean it to be that sort of damning, but she just meant like, well, obviously they can't, you know, and I talk this through with my other child-free mates, and there is still that. I mean, we're getting old now. I'm not going to say how old because it's incredibly unchic, but we're getting on now, and still my mates without children, there's a expectation from members of their own family, which is like, well, you're not, it's almost like, well, you're free. You're free. You'll be free. You'll be able to come to Easter and this and Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve and Mother's Day, Father's Day. Like, you'll be, because you're free, because you have no earthly reason to not be free. And we were talking about this around the dinner table. And I was like, do you know what's wild is since having pickles, from like a time management perspective, my life is less full. Obviously, it's enormously full of love and you know, all the rest of that stuff. But like, if we're talking about full and busy lives, was way busier before. Way busier before. Way more plans, way more trips, way more gigs, way more expectations on me from like a places to be perspective. And I've realised that's because, I mean, obviously my whole focus has shifted. But I can't, you are more beholden to home and indoors and downtime, and especially when she's this little, it won't always be the case. I know it won't always be the case, but isn't that, I was like, I'd be way easier to see now. Like, if my folks turn around and they're like, hey, could you want to come to this? I'd be like, yes, because to me it's like, oh cool, extra hands on deck, and I'd probably get fed. Like, it's so wild to me that still the child-free people in my life, who by the way are among the most exceptional people with all our kids, with their own nieces and nephews, with their godchildren, with mine, with like their friends' kids. You know, these are not people who are sat in there like smoking their Vogues, drinking champagne, being like, don't fucking touch me with your child. Like, they're the most incredible members of our villages. But the fact that they have not chosen to have the child, still for some people and in some of their friend groups, I do think my friend group, we're all quite good about it. I've noticed that because I hear stories from other people's mate groups where it's like that thing where they sort of, there's a little bit more of a narrow-mindedness with child-free lives. I think people think like, what do you do? Do you know what I mean? There's like an expected boredom. But mine have always been really lucky. I've also been incredibly lucky that of my home lot, my London lot, me and the other couple of us who were single and child-free for a long time. We held out fucking a long time. In fact, last year she's the one who got a fella and I got a baby. So it's been very recent that we've had people populating our lives in our homes. But our mates flagged really early and we didn't have to tell them. Actually, one time Amanda had to say something. It was a Dolly Alderton thing. Dolly Alderton wrote this brilliant, it might not even have been a whole article, it was just a thing. She was like, hey, when I'm ill, like as a single child-free person, when I'm ill, I'm stuffed. Like there's no one to bring me food or to make me tea or to make sure I'm okay. And that article, I remember striking such a chord with me and my mate Amanda. And we sort of sent it to the group, not in like a woe is me, but just like this is actually true. This is actually true. It's a really rough thing being ill, like really flu-y. Like, and I know it sounds pathetic. It sounds pathetic even when I'm saying it, but it's really shit. It's really shit being ill all by yourself. Because you can't, you're not going out, you're not making stuff, you're so just out of it. And yeah, anyway. But one of the other things I think in this Dolly Alderton article, might be something else, is we still have things worth celebrating in our lives. We still have moments and we still have seismic shifts that are worth celebrating. It might not be a wedding and it might not be a baby and it might not be an engagement party and it might not be a christening and it might not be a whatever. But we still have things worth celebrating. And Amanda got a massive promotion a little while ago and the girls all like made this big, like, we're taking, let's have a day, let's take you out, where are we going, we're going to celebrate it. And it was so brilliant. And it was, and I've had that when I've had a big show, like they've all come and they've all been there, like, this is Hattie, because there's that Sex and City episode, isn't there? I'm sure we've all talked about, we've all seen it, everyone has sort of opinions on when Carrie turns up to that baby shower. And there's the monologue where she's like, how much do I spend on people's life choices? How much do I spend on the engagement parties, the wedding gifts, then the first baby, then the christening, then the second baby? How much do I spend on other people's life choices that never comes back, ever, if you decide you don't want kids and you maybe don't want to get married? And maybe it's from growing up in the Sex and City generation. I think I'm lucky in that I don't generally have mates I have to explain that to. A couple, probably. I've also still really lucky. I've still got a lot of single mates. I've still got a lot of child-free mates. So I'm not in as homogenous a group as I think a lot of people are. They find themselves in areas where they're the only single girl. They're the only person without kids. And I think that must be brutal. But I suppose this is more of a bit of a plea as someone who's still, I think I was really defensive about it at the start. I was really like, I wouldn't have a baby shower. I refused point blank to have a baby shower. I was like, absolutely not. No one is spending money because I've decided to do this thing. This is my choice. No one else's problem. Do not like, and actually our guest today and our other really good mate threw me in absolutely not a baby shower where no one was allowed to bring a gift. And basically we just all met up and all the girls got shit-faced. And I was like, this is perfect. This is what I wanted. But I think I was really defensive about having any of those things because I'd been on the other side of it for such a long time and it felt like such a betrayal, which is crazy. And it's all in my head. And I really need to emphasize this. None of my friends have made me feel like that. But I do think maybe it's a really interesting thing of when a choice in your life is made, which is the right choice and a wonderful choice, how much of your old self is compromised. And not even, I loved doing this. I'm not someone who harks back to her old life. I really think I sucked the marrow out of my existence for all the years before Pickles. There's sort of no party left ungone to. I feel really done and cool with all those years. I don't miss it. But I think there's still like it's the who I am bit, because you've so identified with these things, these titles. And I think my heart I'm still get really cross when I hear about people treating child-free people like they're lacking something, so they've got more time or they need filling up. I think that's what it is. And I will probably talk about this more with our guest because I think she's the right person to talk to you about this. But I honestly think it all comes down to the fact that never, ever, ever have women Western women. I really need to emphasize that because there are horror stories coming out, especially this week, about women around the rest of the world. Women in Western societies have never had more choice. And I know there's a lot about the way it's curtailed and the way things are changing in it, but in terms of a generational shift compared to our parents or our grandparents, I think it's never been more stark, and I think that's where it's coming from. But we'll get on to that. That was my little mam solo rant for the week. Soz. Welcome back to Hat Hazard Podcast with my first guest, the only person it could ever be. It's Kate Nicholson. Hey!
Oh,
Hey.
This feels really nice,
Doesn't it? And what is so nice is I brought you into this abode and gave myself a throne and you nothing.
I literally was about to say this.
Yeah,
this
nothing.
sums up our careers.
Sums about treatment of one another. Like, what I'll take is fur and upholstery and soft furnishings, and I'd like you to sit as though I don't want you to stay.
No, yeah. Here's your hat, watch your hurry. And you also said to me before, it's a short one.
Yeah, so don't speak too much, but like keep it fucking snappy.
Yeah, keep it snappy.
Okay, let's go. Let's make it a day long.
Let's make it a day long. Let's just stay here.
Oh my God, bless.
How are you?
Just so glad you're back.
I know.
For those of you who don't know, Kay and I had a podcast called Bit Much Babe. Which we had to stop for various different reasons, not least of all because my vagina exploded and a child came out of it. But now, I mean, the fact that we found this time to actually manage to sit down with each other. Thank fuck for Sunday, by the way.
Oh my God,
so on Sunday, Kay and I, kind of unbeknownst to each other, we were actually both down south for a gig Saturday night, completely different ones. And I was like, oh my God, let's try and get the train back up on Sunday.
Can I just say, and anyone who knows me will appreciate this, of what a, wonderful move of if it doesn't prove how much I love you, the fact that I voluntarily
got on the 9:19 a.m. train.
So I got up at 6:30 in the morning to get the 7:39 train out of Tunbridge Wells.
You stayed in Tunbridge Wells?
Yes.
Kate, I thought you'd stayed in London.
Why would I have stayed in London?
I don't know. Because who do you know in Tunbridge Wells?
Lenny Henry.
Yeah,
the Premier
Lenny Henry has loads of gaffs.
Lenny Henry loves me.
Loads of gaffs.
So yeah, I stayed in the Premier Inn in Tunbridge Wells, but because I had a drink with Tom after the show.
Did, with the wonderful Tom's. Yeah, Kay and I are both I'm about to say both opening for Tom's, and I was like, this just became a very different podcast. We're both tour support for Tom's. I am Le Green and Kay is Lestade.
Yeah, but yeah, so then we got the. So I dragged myself out of bed.
9:19 a.m.
and got on the 9:19 train home just to be.
But we managed to get 3 hours of catch up out of the way because otherwise we would have sat here now and been like, "Gosh, I haven't seen you since your birthday."
Yes, since we went to the spa. I've got my tote bag.
Saw it,
babe. The tote bag. But yeah, we got the train, and yeah, that's what I said. Wasn't it? I was like, I think at least we can do all of our stuff that we can't talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Because do you remember that? Do you remember? I think there was a time when Kay and I first started recording our pod when we accidentally had to cut out so much of it because we just kept accidentally gossiping.
Oh, we just kept accidentally saying things that we and saying names that we can't say. We can't say.
And we had to get better at that.
We really
didn't always.
No, we didn't. And sometimes certain people would then say, I still know what you meant me.
We'd be like, we know who you mouthed.
Yeah, we know who you mouthed. Yeah, we got into a little bit of trouble.
We did. But what I will say now is because we're so changed and we're so thriving, like I'm obviously now like a RIP mother. You know, I'm like not even a real person. I just mum now.
Boring.
And you're in a whole other decade.
What? Oh, because I'm 30. I was like, babe, I haven't gone back in time.
No,
have I?
Yeah. You're a teenager again.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm now 30.
Whole other decade.
How
And has everything in your life changed like I said it would?
Oh no.
No.
Not
Good.
one singular bit,
to
be honest. Not one. I mean, it has been, a month and a half. So I think it'd be a bit mad if everything... Although I have got acrylics on my nails, for audio listeners. I have acrylics on my nails now.
Well, I don't know how you can say you haven't changed. Then.
I don't know how I can say I haven't changed. A whole new decade yet, so I'm officially in my 30s and I feel borderline suicidal about it.
Okay.
But, you've just got to keep pushing on.
Just keep aging.
I've just got to keep aging.
You've just got to keep aging.
Yeah, hopefully.
That is it. You just got to keep hitting those birthdays, man.
Do you know the worst thing is do you remember like all them things on Instagram where it's like, I'm in my 30s, if you're in your 20s, read this. I'm now the person in my 30s, right. And that really upsets me. Do you know what I mean?
I know, I totally
like
know.
Now I'm the older one.
But this this is so funny because you don't even like, this is so the right segment into what we're going to talk about, because you know, I said to you, I was like, well, I'm going to do a thing on like child-free people, and how like I'm finding it insane that having spent best part 38 years of my life child-free, and like very much in that club, like even though I was like a nanny, but I was like single and child-free, which means you're like the most child-free because there's not even a grown adult child in your house or anything. Then to suddenly be in this other club, it's so weird. Like, do you now find yourself when you like look at like other people who aren't 30, you're like, you don't even know?
No, well, yeah, but also I feel like I look at everyone that's younger than me now and go, oh, I want to be you.
Do you used to have that?
Or like I have the thing of like, especially in like the job I'm in now, where my general manager, my F&B manager, are
children,
younger than me.
Mere children. Okay, don't it kill. That's the thing.
I mean, I know them. I've known, and I do know them.
But
and also, it's my choice that I'm not at a higher position.
But I always had that in hospitality, same as you, because I was always doing exactly what you were doing, which is like, I need a job where I can like clock in, clock out, man, because I've got stuff to do. It meant that I was like inevitably managed by people sometimes a decade younger than me,
and they're phenomenal. And as I said, like I've known
Ross
and Tyra, I've known
but
I've known them for years. I
know.
They're two of my favourite people, but like it is that thing of like
the children, and then
you have that thing of like, if I'd have decided to not to do this career, how far would I be at this age if I'd have? Do you know what I mean? Like I could be.
Okay, I think every fucking day.
It's hard, man.
The other week I had to wait till the like £26 thing comes in on Monday because you have a child and the government just like give you £26. Have I told you this?
No.
Yeah, they do. I think you should know that.
So if I have a child, the government will just give me
£26 on a Monday. Yeah. I had to wait I had to wait for it to come in. I was like, okay, because I've got to get some. I've got a batch by the wet wipes, and I was like, what happened, Hat? What happened? You did all
your passion.
For, like, passion is the worst thing because I was like, here she is. She's waiting for her £26 to buy the wet wipes. That's the saddest fucking thing.
That is that is sad actually.
Really sad.
I'd love to say differently. You said passion, and I need to talk about something.
Oh, no.
I really, really need to talk about something.
Okay, perfect.
Oh my god, have you watched Off Campus yet?
No, babe.
On Prime. Have you not? Have you heard about it? Have you not seen?
No, because I don't live in the world anymore. Go tell me things.
Oh my god, watch it. Sell the baby.
Campus.
Watch Off Campus.
Brilliant.
Like, oh my. Okay, so I watched it yesterday. So Off Campus, if you live under a rock, is a show that's on Prime Video, and it was all over, and like loads of people were like, oh, you need to watch it, and I was like, but it just looks jarred, like it just looks like a Hallmark movie. Like to explain, no spoilers, but to explain the plot, he's the captain for the ice hockey team.
I'm already in.
Yeah. She's a musician.
Yes.
Who's dead clever. And if he fails, he can't play ice hockey anymore.
She needs to tutor him.
And she fancies another musician. And he's like, well, I'll pretend to be your boyfriend then, if you tutor me, and we'll make him jealous. Well, you know, but...
I don't believe what I think might happen.
But there's so much more. There's so much more to it. Like, it gets quite dark towards the end. Like, but oh my God,
You're
Hat. I was so in. But disclaimer, really hard to watch if you're single. Like, it was very hard to watch single.
Because you really want to kiss someone on the mouth.
I really want to kiss someone on the mouth and do all of
all the things.
I actually said to Emily, like, because Em was like pottering around the flat, and I went, you can't come and sit next to me because I will hump you. Like, I was like a dog on
God, it's
heat.
awful.
I was like on the edge of my seat like that, Presley fucking...
Can I tell you how that changes? So I don't know if everyone's like me, but now that I'm so old, and past it and all that, I have this thing where it's not even like my equivalent of that moment. Okay, you're going to laugh and you're never going to talk to me again. But I just want someone to hug me from behind. Like I just keep having this like, I just want someone to like stood behind me and just like put their arms all around me. I think I'd just die happy in that moment. And is that age, or is that just me having completely managed my expectations out the window now? Where I'm like, I can't possibly dream of great, hot, incredible sex like I used to have in my 20s and early 30s. Now I just like a nice friendly cuddle from my back.
I think that's sad, but I think that's... No, I think that's just you wanting intimacy, and that's okay.
Yeah, but it's not good fun intimacy like it used to be.
It's not good fun intimacy.
I think it might be because I'm still a bit scared of my vagina. So I'm just like, a nice hug. I
mean,
don't know if it...
Oh, yeah, because
I'd just fall right out.
It might do. And then what if it just
That's
like rips open like a black hole?
Thank you. No, I hadn't thought about that one, but now I have, so that's good. I'm talking.
And then all of like your belongings get sucked into it.
Like Mary Poppins bag reverse. Yeah. The bag just sucks it all in. Because it hasn't really...
that's a really good way of cleaning up.
No, it is. From a new, the Teletubby vacuum. Yeah.
Just get it all in.
No. But it's good. No, I'm glad you're on the pod. Just talk about the things that really haunt my dreams.
But you really need to watch Off Campus, and I'm being deadly serious. You really need to watch it. I watched the whole thing in a day. Yeah. I'm really tired because my alarm went off at 6:30, but I didn't go to bed till 2 because I stayed up to watch it.
Did you finish it?
And yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing. And as I said, there are bits in it where you're like, fucking hell, but it's so worth it.
It doesn't matter.
It's so worth it.
I can't tell you how much that side of stuff has changed. Like, I've got Rachel Fairburn on the old WhatsApp, so I wanted to talk about Rivals, and I was like, I still haven't finished.
Right, phenomenal. Oh, I was talking to Rachel about Rivals actually.
Yeah, exactly, because she cares about the important things in the world.
Have you still not seen the second series?
No, I have, but I've not finished it.
Oh,
so and I was like. And I can't find a minute. Like it's not like I don't care. I care the most, and I just can't find this. The treasure, the preciousness of like sleep and thing is so. And I whereas before I'd just been like, sod it. Like we're watching the next episode. I was like, you best believe I am getting into that damn bed, and
that's normally what I'm like. However,
this is different. This surpasses it.
It was that good. I was going to say Rivals was brilliant though.
Yeah, don't.
I did. No, I'm not going to tell you. But Freddie and Lizzie.
That's a love story for our times, man. Yeah. That's the love story for our times.
Cheating.
I
just really believe in cheating. All of a sudden.
Where kids were involved. The
last time I believed this strongly in cheating was in Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, when Robbie kissed Georgia when he was with Slaggy Lindsay.
I did.
And they're very similar situations.
Okay. No, I do see that. Yeah. I think when it's Lizzie and Freddie.
I love them.
I know.
Oh, my heart explodes when I think about them. I really, really need a life. Badly.
No. We have a life.
Maybe need a baby.
Right. Well, this is okay. So this is,
and that's how you segue.
I'm bringing you on this podcast to give you mine. No, just gave like pickles.
I don't want a ginger.
Now. Well, okay. Wow. Yeah. No, fair enough. Very little upkeep. Just indoors at the moment. Just indoors. Just very
indoors. Flames the minute she walks
Oh
outside.
yeah. I had a weekend down when I saw you, but I was staying with like my best mates in London, and they're all this particular bunch are all child-free, and like I said, I think they'll remain so. Again, it's none of my business
because they're ugly.
Yeah, munting. You know what my mates are like, absolute rockhead munters. Yeah. And, but they were saying there's still like a couple of them had like just some really clumsy language around it from like family members, and I was thinking I actually mentioned to them the thing I think I've told you what Bridge said that time when it was like a Boxing Day walk, and like all my peer group, it was fine that they weren't coming on the family Boxing Day walk because she said, well, they've all got children.
Yes,
and I was like, oh no, sure, absolutely. And there's stuff still? I mean, it's different. I think it's different when we're comedians, and that's why we sort of forget it, because everyone is at such different. There's still so many people who are single. There are so many people who don't have kids. There are people who are in split families. There are people who have loads of kids. I don't think there's people a homogenized group who don't see their kids, who categorically should check in more with their kids.
Yeah. Or shouldn't actually.
Shouldn't check in at all with their kids.
Yeah.
But do you ever feel it in like life? That people are still clumsy with language about either like assuming you want them or like wanting you to want them or
the assuming that I want them. I've actually recently just started talking about it on stage actually about that all parents do, again not you because I love you and I will
and I'm here in the room
and you're here in the room but is complain about how difficult it is, which I say they're just open about how difficult it is, and I can get that. But then when you say you don't want them, you're the mad one.
Yeah.
And I will never understand that. And like, what really irks me is but when you meet the right person, and it's like,
bollocks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And listen, this is the thing. Right now, I cannot see myself having children. It sounds, no offense, god awful.
Yeah.
It just sounds dreadful. It's not, I haven't really got a maternal. I think I'm quite maternal in certain aspects, but I don't have that maternal.
I said actually on this pod, the child-free members of our village are among the most exceptional with kids.
Yeah.
Like it's not
No,
it's
I'm
not like
not
you're all
really.
sat there. You are, babe. Like you're not all sat there like, "Ugh, get off." Do you know what I mean? This kind of this sort of like version of it. I think you're all amazing. It's
I mean,
not,
I like your one.
Yeah. You have to. Legally, you had to.
Well, yeah, and also she's sound.
You were a first mate as well.
Well, do you know what's so funny? I forgot about this. So I was obviously, I don't know whether you talk about this, but I went with you to your very first scan. Was it 7 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
7
7
weeks.
weeks.
It was IVF, so it was so early. My first ever scan, and the scan is literally just to see if there's a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's not even. Yeah.
So, which by the way, is a lot of pressure.
I thought back on it now.
Could you imagine if it hadn't? And I
bad day for you, man.
Bad day.
Big morning.
Yeah. Arguably, I was the one who would have suffered the most. I think in that
yeah.
situation. But no, I went with you to your 7 week scan, and I don't know if you remember, because obviously it was a big day for you. But one, you went back to work, which I thought was mental.
Yeah, I did.
And I went home, but I was really emotional about it. Like
Do I remember? You burst into tears.
Yeah, I did. I
uncontrollably on the video.
Burst into tears.
Yeah.
Absolutely burst into tears. Because I found it so beautiful. I'd never been to a scan before. And I just found it so beautiful, and I knew how much you wanted this and everything. And it was so funny because I got home and Ems was working from home, and I said to Em, I think I remember saying to you, something twinged in me a little bit of like, maybe I do want this, and like it was such a beautiful moment, maybe I do want this. And Emily went, Kay, do you want a baby or do you just want the attention? And I literally was like, no, you're so right. You're so right.
By the way, I don't think some women aren't doing that. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I like to think I'm not, but I like hope, but like some women, I am convinced.
Oh my God, you got so much attention when you were pregnant.
Babe, I got so much attention.
You got so much attention when you were pregnant.
I got so much that when I had her, I came off Instagram completely and didn't do anything for 2 months because I was like, I just want us to go quiet and just me have her and not be like, it was lovely and all lovely stuff, and I'm so grateful. But I've definitely got a couple of mates who, when they don't get the attention of the thing, like get a bit snickety, like get a little bit arsey, especially when they're on their fucking like 7th. Do you know what I mean? You're like,
like fucking the Von Trapps.
Okay.
No one gave a shit when Gretel was born.
No, you best believe Gretel came out and she was like,
no one even like,
are we going to name it?
Yeah. Literally, what's the point?
But I don't know.
She's there.
Yeah.
Oh, she was cute. Do you know there was a girl, like, this is so random. There was a girl who I went to dance with, I won't say her name, but I do remember it, who told me that she played Gretel in The Sound of Music.
On the film?
In the film.
Right.
We were kids, and she swore blindly, but she was the most popular girl in dance, so everyone was like, yes, she played Gretel, and I was like, no, but she didn't though, did she? Like, I couldn't. And bear in mind, this was back in the day where it was like VHS tapes, so I watched the entirety of The Sound of Music to get to the end of the credits to check that her name wasn't on there.
You didn't just check the fact that she would have to be 71 years old?
Well, I was a small...
No, of course, no, absolutely. Yeah.
And but I didn't have a camera or anything, so I went back
him.
into dance and was like, no, I will look at the credits, and she was like, I don't believe you. And she went, I don't believe you, prove it. And I was like, unless I bring in the VHS tape and make everyone down. Yeah. And I would have done that. And every time I think about The Sound of Music, I think of that, and it really bothers me. It really bothers me that she got away with that lie just because she was popular and blonde.
I hate her.
I hate her.
I hate your Gretel-y mate.
Oh, my Gretel-y mate as well.
Gretel-y little
and then
friend.
another little... I don't know, I've got so many stories about Gretel from The Sound of Music.
I love it.
Do you know my ex-boyfriend was a musical director?
No, do I? Yeah.
Well, not apparently, he was the musical director of Sound of Music. I don't know why I said apparently.
Yeah, was there?
But apparently they had to do a show stop once because little Gretel bet herself on the stage. And to make her go back on me when I got her a Mickey Mouse doll. I went, that's grooming. Like, that's such grooming. Like, but yeah, isn't that mad?
Horrendous. I think you could do that. If you had the promise of having a stage kid, I reckon you'd be up for it.
No, I hate stage children.
But would be lol, wouldn't it?
It would be very funny.
Yeah.
Think
of the lol.
But I'm just going to be honest in this. I just don't think I'd be a very good mum. I just don't think.
Also, even when I ask you this, I'm aware that, and you should be aware, it's only your business. Like if you change your mind in 2 years, if you don't change your mind in 3, it doesn't. It's like give a fuck. It's so everyone's choice as and when, if they choose. Maybe they turn around like when you hear about those women who get accidentally pregnant like 43 and they're like, actually, yeah. You're like, all right, crack on, girl. Like it will. The mood's allowed to take you and change you as it will.
Oh, 100%.
I just still think I'm just still so surprised by the fact that the child-free people are still being hit with like that shit. Where I'm not surprised because I see it, but that thing of like, oh, it's almost like you don't get it.
Yeah.
It's almost like you just don't get it. It's like, or I do. I was thinking about this because we've got some people very close to our family and they're a couple who just never had kids. Like my parents' age, just never had kids. It's always like, we never knew why. We never knew. We don't know if there was a problem. They would never talk about it. I was like, maybe it's not that deep.
Maybe they just don't want
Maybe
them.
they didn't want them.
Like I love sleep.
Yeah.
I also think I am inherently too selfish to have a child. Like I think I would do anything for anyone, but that's my choice.
Right.
And I just struggle.
The idea that you couldn't get out of it. The idea that it would have to.
And also, what if I don't like them?
Too right, babe.
Because, and this is, we've joked, if you've ever seen me on a podcast, or if you saw a bit much, babe, or seen me do stand up, you'll know that I talk about my mother a lot and I joke about my mother a lot. And my mother has been very open about the fact that having kids ruined her life. She's been very open.
It's really good of her. She's so brave. Yeah,
she's so brave.
So brave.
But she used to make a joke that she just never got over the postnatal depression. But when I was a kid, for obvious reasons, I hated that she was like that, and I hated the fact that you know whatever. But as I've gotten older, I actually am so grateful for the honesty.
Totally.
Like she didn't do the whole "it's amazing," and like she was very like, "this shit is hard."
But do you know what I think? I think the reason the people often who give it the like, oh, but you must, and like, oh, you know, but it'd be such an empty life if I had never had children. Actually never asked themselves the question. And we've talked about this loads, where there was a generation above us for whom, and they'll be really honest about it, they just got married, had kids, got married, had kids. And honestly, a lot of them, very possibly your mother included, would have been happier without. I think you're great, by the way, and I really like your sister as well. But like, I'm happy that you're here. But like, I don't think she'd been happy without you, but didn't ask themselves the question. Did not ask themselves that question.
Well, my mum is not a very maternal, like she's not built to be maternal, I don't think. And I think because this is so funny when you know how my life worked out, but ironically it was my dad's idea to have children.
So perfect. Yeah.
My dad essentially saw a job and went, I'm going to go for that without reading the job description. That is essentially what my dad did.
Absolutely, and God bless him.
And
bravery.
And then absolute bravery, and then, you know, got a couple of months in and went,
God, this is not the job.
I don't fancy this actually. I'm gonna leave for my probation meeting. I fucked off.
Out.
But yeah, and then like, but I said she's just always been really honest.
Yeah.
But you know what she said to me when I turned 30? She went, I turned 30.
What was it again?
Which one are you?
Yeah.
I turned 30 and she went, you have my blessing now. You can have a child. And I went, what? And she went, I wouldn't be angry now. And I went, do you think that's what was stopping me? And she went, well, I don't know. I think it's an age appropriate time for you to have a child. And I went, what? What an odd thing to say.
Could you point to the boy appropriate boy? It would be right to have the child with.
Yeah. Because as if what was happening was I was waiting for your blessing.
Yeah, oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Finally unleash the eggs.
Yeah, get this coil out. Let's fucking go. Like, no, that's not what I was waiting for.
But I think that was more of a prevalent thought for like her gang, which is like, it's now time. Yeah. It's now time to have a child.
She was late. She was 31 and 34, which for that time.
Yeah, for sure.
Was
a bit
late.
on the late side.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the time when we get met with people saying stuff, it's because actually it's a bit like you were saying up top, where like all they do is bitch and moan about kids, and then they go, why don't you want any? And you go, well,
because of everything you just said.
And also, they sort of have to be right.
Yeah.
They sort of have to be right, because if they're not right, then this has been a cataclysmic mistake. Mm-hmm. Like, if the fact of the matter is, if there are child-free women out there having a wonderful time, reveling in their choices, enjoying what they've done, enjoying agency and autonomy in a full, happy life full of people and love and villages, you know, then and they're having a rough time, it's too close. I do think for a lot of women for whom maybe they should have asked the question a bit more honestly whether they actually wanted children, they have to be right.
Yeah. And I think it's obviously as well, like, I think a lot of women, you know, more often than not, it's the women who end up as single mums, like, who have the kids.
Oh, also, babe, I've got married friends who are single mums.
Yeah.
100%. Like, they're married and you're like, I don't see, like, ask him, like, how big are your son's feet? Not fucking Scoobies.
They don't, do they?
They don't.
Well,
know.
dads babysit, don't they?
Dads babysit.
Dads babysit. But yeah, I just cannot envision it in my future. It just doesn't align with me. Like, and I do feel that, I mean, as I said, listen, one day I could wake up, I could meet someone. And also it doesn't help the fact that I've literally never been involved with anyone who I could even stomach the idea of reproducing with.
Queen, this.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want a replica of anyone that I've been. I don't want their DNA passed on.
But I was talking about this episode, or maybe the last one, the fucking in-laws. I might have found a bloke that I really like. It's a package deal, babe. Their parents come.
And what if, like, I always think there's like falling in love with someone and then find out they go for runs on holidays. Or like...
Babe, my equivalent was they buy little girl high heels.
What?
You know, little girl high heels. Not the clumpy princess ones that you get free with your Disney princess dress. But you know, like little girl sandals when they've got high heels and they're like 3.
What, to pimp them out?
That's what I said. I was like, put her on the pill, why don't you?
Yeah, honest to God, yeah.
That's my equivalent.
Oh, I don't... Oh, God, no. Oh. But I don't think... I've just, Oh no, I feel like that was mean. I have encountered some men that aren't, you know.
Oh no, they're not horrendous, but it doesn't mean that horrendous. It just means like to keep, like, to have a little version of the two of you to keep forever in your life, even if you guys break up. They're involved in your life forever.
Like, they're always going to be the father of your child.
They're always going to be, and their mum is always going to, like,
unless she's dead.
Okay, that's exactly what I said on the pod.
Yeah.
Oh, I've missed you so much.
All
I want is an orphan.
You've kind of got to hope. Do you know what I mean? Well, actually, I don't, because you've got a stable family environment, whereas I probably would like someone who like, has quite
really like smiles when you walk through the door.
Yeah. Like a family where you walk in and they're like,
got mine.
Yeah, they love me. But like, you kind of, you know, I don't know whether I could handle someone else with the same baggage that I have.
Sure. Yeah, I do hear that.
So maybe, just someone that, you know, but like thinks, oh, I'm actually glad she's here.
Yeah. I'm thrilled Kay's coming over.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Well, our babies just bought a house, and her in-laws are being like one, like James is from such a good, wonderful family. Yeah. And that is so nice to see our baby and like interact with them. And I'm like, oh, this is delightful.
Yeah. Good for you. And
then, oh my God, do you want to hear about... Did I show you the pictures?
Yeah, about the haunted.
Oh my God. Yeah. So my sister's moved into a haunted house. And the reason we know it's haunted is because when we went into like the little shed, because they've got a little shed in a bougie, there is... I might send you the picture and see if Carl can put it in. Oh. But there's it's like basically like a board from like a church, and it's got like Jesus writing on it, which I thought was hilarious. And then, which is even weirder, there's like a little plaque in the garden which looks like a mini headstone with like a name. I wouldn't say the name, Barbara, and and then dates. So now Rhea thinks there's a corpse in her garden.
Barbara's under the patio.
Barbara's under the patio. Rose West lived there and put Barbara under the patio.
I knew it.
And then the other thing that was really weird was that the person who owned the house asked for longer to like stay in the house because a relative of hers had died.
Barbara.
But it wasn't Barbara, because Barbara died in 2004. I remember.
So they say.
But for like a family member who died, but they'd already delayed it so much, and Rhea was like, no, like we should have had this house like 6 months ago. So Rhea was like, no. And then the first day they went into the house, she'd left the order of service on the mantelpiece.
From this person's funeral.
Absolutely
petty. The kind of petty I aspire to.
So I said to Rhea, they've cursed this house. Like, there's a plague on that house. I'm very excited to see what happens.
I can't wait. His ashes have gone down the stake. At least a few of them have.
Oh, 100%. So that's exciting. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, my sister's bought a house. Which didn't make me want to kill myself at all.
No, not at all. No, we love watching our younger siblings thrive and overtake us in all things. I think that's really, really fun. Actually, I've been really lucky, and I think it's really funny. Both my siblings were in really stable, like loving relationships, and I really love watching this creepy. I love watching them. I love watching my. I just love watching that my siblings love each other. But like,
kiss on the lips,
kiss on the lips.
My go.
But it is also so funny watching three of us who all grew up in the same house. Like, want very different styles of relationships and exist as a partner very differently. Like, Archer's, like, my brother's so picked the right guy for him. May's is so picked the right guy for her. But I could never, but they're relationships that work so, like, perfectly for them.
Okay, yeah.
Do you see what I mean? You know, when you look, and I often think that, with relationships a lot, is I look at so many, like, functioning and brilliant relationships and go, oh, but I couldn't exist in that.
Yeah, that world.
That thing that they've constructed.
Yeah.
And I actually think that's a lot like that with the kids thing, which is, I very rarely, actually I do have a few friends where I was like, fuck yeah. Like, you guys are just like, that looks like a family unit or a family life, or the way that I could really
get on board with,
and like is a cool just like vibe for me, and maybe something to look to. But I think a lot of people are making.
So irritating, by the way.
Sorry, no, it's not. It's just very like, it's very, very, very kind of.
For audio listeners,
my fur keeps
Hatty's fur keeps draping across her, and it's so infuriating.
Cool jazz singery, just like I'm just like draped in fur, talking about like love and.
It's
children.
also represents our backgrounds as well. Actually, now.
Yeah, just draped in Lux.
You're just draped in Lux, and I've
fur and comfort, and I'm like, please enjoy this pub chair I found for you.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
No,
I had to reference it.
No, you must. But I do think that a lot of people do the family system and the kids, and you're like, well, this is an unbridled nightmare.
Yeah, 100 billion%. And like,
what's the ones that you say and you're like, I'll kill myself?
Like specific relationships.
No, you don't say their names, but like versions of the family setup where you watch and you go, I will throw myself in a bin.
Well, on the topic of parents, couples that lives with like their other half's parents, and like they all live in the same house,
man.
Which I understand for like economical reasons. I get that, but also
or garden in lockdown.
Absolute hell on earth. I'm trying to think if examples of this.
Mine's a tantrum in a restaurant.
What?
Tantrums in restaurants.
Tantrums. Well, soft parenting. I will never. Ever.
And they're like, come on, darling,
no,
come on, have fun, have some cheese puffs. I'm like, I get that child out of here.
We were on the train. Do you remember when we were on the train and that
kid put the iPad on?
Got the iPad on, and Hattie went, if I have to sit and listen to that iPad for the next, and I was like, but I literally did feel like going, oh my God, you're one of them now.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. That's what the whole thing.
So
I'm still
funny.
So furious by what I deem to be like shitty childrening.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, but you're about to do it. Like, she's not wallflower. Like, she's gonna have her fucking moments. Like, I'm gonna be that person.
It's how you handle it, and it's how, like,
should we dragged out of a restaurant by her fucking feet?
I did. I was ragged.
Yeah.
Do you know, my mum and dad told me I was banned from Chester Zoo for like an abnormal amount of time, because one day I kicked off that badly. They asked me to like leave the restaurant that I was in.
Oh, the restaurant at Chester Zoo.
But my mum and dad, like, whenever I ask her about it, they're like, no, you're banned from Chester Zoo because of how badly you behaved. And I was like, okay. But like, I was ragged I couldn't not. I can't speak. I'm getting emotional.
I know.
I couldn't have got away with any of that. And then you see, I think it's the parents who genuinely believe that the world revolves around their child and your world should revolve around their child, and that is completely unacceptable. And if you go to a restaurant and you leave essentially a full meal on the floor, and do you know what? I don't mind if they go, I am so sorry. I go, girl, go on, I'll do it. Not a bother. But to not acknowledge it,
unreal.
You that is. Oh my God.
We had our first test test, and me and my mum gang, we went out for like...
I hate that, by the way.
I love them. You're going to love them.
Am I?
And I know, because you're the same as me, I thought this is going to be a nightmare.
I just don't want my friends to have another friend.
No, I know. But you'll really like them. They're like savage cool. And we all went out for our first like all of us there, big lunch with the babies, and one of the girls immediately went, "Can we just get a dustpan and brush over here, so we can clean as we go?" And I was like, "Fuck yes,
I love that.
These are my girls!" Like, and we did. Like when we left, like all of it just under the table, like dustpan and brushing, and like wiping the high chairs quickly just with a thing. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, these are my girls." The idea, I mean, I think it's anyone who's worked in hospitality for long enough. The idea of being like, sorry, what we've actually done here is like wedged cheese in between the tiles on your floor. Enjoy.
Sorry, speaking of cheese, the amount of times as well. Can you just do like a cheese sandwich? You won't eat anything off the menu. Go somewhere else then.
Bring a fucking cheese sandwich.
Somewhere else then. I am not going into my already stressed to fuck chef
of professional
and
chefs.
going, can you do me a cheese? Because as well, what people don't understand in restaurants, by the way, and this goes to everyone, we don't have every single item of food. I know cheese is like a basic food.
It's not Tesco's back there.
It's not Tesco's. We have like the cheese that is like grated cheese, but everything's counted, everything's
and also half it's prepped.
Yeah. No, I don't have a block of mature cheddar that I can just chop up to make your snotty nosed kid, that by the way is ugly as fuck, a cheese sandwich. Because it's never the cute ones,
never
is it?
The cute ones. Go off, queen.
Because like the twits, when you are evil, your face becomes evil.
This is brave. This is brave shit. And I love it.
Oh my God. It absolutely infuriates me. But on the other hand, sometimes we do get kids that I actually really like.
Yeah.
Like there was a little blonde boy that came in the day and he just took an absolute shine to me. And every time he saw me, he waved. And then like he like tried, he literally like reached his arms out to me. And I had him in the restaurant for a little bit. I was late for a meeting, but who cares?
Love that. I had that when I had that awful November last year.
Yeah,
I was not doing well. I went round to my best mate Simon's house, and
Wozniak.
Yes, my best mate, our very good friend, who I do love, by the way. But the idea of me having a bad time and turning to Simon Wozniak
That's why I said
is so funny. The man who is only ever having a bad time. And like hilariously so, like it's a bit, but it would be. Imagine if I was like at it, like circling the fucking drain, and I was like, do you know who I want like support from on a moral level from? I want to cry with someone. It's going to be Woz. I'm going to Woz's house.
The idea you're knocking on his door.
I think he'd combust.
I think he wouldn't answer the door.
No, when I was doing
He absolutely would.
hide in the dark.
Hide in the dark and do an Instagram story.
But absolutely, next time I'll try. I'll do Woz.
Sorry.
I went to my best mate Simon's house, and he has just one of those heaven sent children. Like Gus, since he came along, is just like a heaven sent child, like beautiful and sweet and cute. And I decided to sort of set fire to the world that like I was still breastfeeding, but I was like, I'm gonna have a gin and tonic actually, and if you could make that quite strong. Let's get it in. I'm sorry for anyone judging, but it was one of those. I've talked about my November.
If you are judging, find me. Yeah, I'll fucking scrap you.
Yeah, and I was just at the table like I can't believe this is what's happening. And Gus just walked in with this picture of like a rainbow and a heart underneath it, and he like just went, "This for you, just drew it." And like walked away like dynamo. Like it was such a just like, here you go, just made it, drew it. Walked away. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Gus, you've single-handedly like saved my November, and I'm probably going to cry. But I was just like, that was all I needed. Just this like heaven angel little boy to just present me out of nowhere with a rainbow with a heart under it, and no fanfare.
No.
Just like, here you go, made you this. Okay, bye. Guess I'll be off now. You just go, yeah, you're an angel and you're perfect.
I don't have that with the children in my life. Because, you know, as we all know, your
goddaughter hates you.
My goddaughter is my frenemy. I have a frenemy. My goddaughter is Regina George. Like she is.
God, she hates you so much.
She growled at me.
Yeah.
I told you that she growled at me recently, because she was just having a temper tantrum, and she accidentally kicked me, and I pretended to cry, but I think she thought I was taking the piss out of her, so she growled at me. And I was like,
amazing instincts.
Why are you growling at me?
When I'm vulnerable and hurt.
When you just kicked me and I'm the problem.
Yeah,
okay, we're in an abusive relationship essentially is what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's brilliant, she's wonderful, and I would absolutely, you know, I'd die for her tomorrow. But she's
not mutual.
She does. I mean, she made me a card for my 30th, and it was quite cute, but She wrote, she just wrote Auntie. I told you this, didn't I? She didn't actually put happy birthday. She just wrote Auntie K.
Yeah. Well, this could be anything.
It could be literally. It could be a death.
You haven't even put any thought into this.
It could be a threat.
Auntie K.
Like literally, just could be a threat. But yeah, and she rang the other day. Alan rang me, and I answered the phone, and it was her, and I was like, what have you got your dad's phone for? And she was like, but then, like I genuinely had that panic of, if something happened and you've like gone on the phone, seen my name, like a proper panicked. Yeah. And she was like, no. And then she was talking for ages. And then I was like, this is boring me now because you actually can't hold the conversation. Yeah. So I was like, put your dad on. And Alan literally went, she literally just took my phone and said, I want to speak to Kay. Oh. And I was like, okay, well, she wants one of my organs then. Like, there's no, this isn't, she wants something from me.
She's doing this voice.
Hatty Kay. Genuinely, yes.
Yeah.
She does, she does that. The way she looks at me when no one's looking, that kid's going to kill me one day.
I 100% believe you know
I really
things.
Respect it.
Yeah, same. That's a little bit, I do sort of,
so much.
I know.
Because I don't pander to her.
It's quite great, isn't it?
Yeah, like I just like when I go there, if she's not with me, I don't ignore her.
I told you about the kid I had in America who I looked after. She was amazing. There's this like, I loved her so much. She was one of those kids who was really fair. Like she didn't just give cuddles and kisses and sit in your lap and give you like she was like, no, like you earn this. Like if you play with me and you like hang out with me and you're cool and you're sound and like you're good at arts and crafts, like I'll give you my time and respect, but otherwise like honestly fuck you. And
how she learned that and I haven't learned that in 30 years.
Like couldn't get enough. She was one of my absolute faves. And her granny came to stay and her granny was very Texas, like very all about that. She's like, girl, you come give your granny some sugar. Like she expected her to give her like kisses on the mouth and be very cuddly. But in return, I don't think the granny played with her very often. She wasn't a hands-on granny. She wasn't on the floor in the dirt, with the dinosaur noises. She wasn't about it. And when she was leaving once, she'd stayed for a while. And she's like, hey girl, I'm leaving. You come give your granny some sugar. And this little girl just like eye rolled and was like, ugh. Walked to the door, like sort of gave her a peck on the cheek. And I was like, bitch, you are about to be absolutely annihilated. Anyway, door shut. Predictably, her mum went ballistic. She was like, girl, that's so rude. You don't speak to your granny comes here and she wants your kisses. You give her cuddles, you give her kisses. And my girl just turned around. She goes, she's 4 years old, by the way. She goes, but mommy, I just don't really like her. And I was like, oh, girl, you are dead.
And you can't argue with that.
She was just like, I don't really like her. And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, she was basically, she hasn't earned that. She was like, she hasn't earned that.
No.
And it's
I literally
so funny.
do a bit on stage now about when Molly turned around to me and said, I don't love you.
And you're like,
to my face. And I was like, right, perfect, cool. I don't know what more I can possibly do. I mean, I was literally the 5th person in the whale to hold you.
Yeah.
But sure, you don't love me.
There's going to be a moment where she realises you're a big deal. I feel like it with Molly. Like she's
when
like,
she gets older, she'll realise.
Like, oh shit.
I think when she gets older, she'll realise that I'm the one that she will have to go to.
And like how good you are at lashes.
And how good I am at lashes.
You know what I mean?
And also like who will pick her up when she's drunk. Because
100.
her dad is going to be a real strict. I know what Alan's like. He's like that with me. So God knows what he's going to be like. Well, but like he'll be very kind of like like nothing.
Girl, I've got that covered with our godparents as well. Like Pickles is set. Like there's very little she could do one of the godparents won't be like, no, 100%. I've done it and worse. Yeah. Like
thank God you just said Pickles because I would have
said a name.
I would have named her.
No, but you know what?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I don't really. It's one of those things where I don't think anyone else in the country.
I know the name.
Yeah. But it's all, I think
you're right. I think you're bang on.
I just have a thing about, I don't know if I've said why on the pod, why I don't name her. I have this thing about like, I am bringing her up to have manners. Like already, like I'm quite big on the manners stuff and like being kind and saying thank yous, whatever. I think if someone came up to her who she didn't know and knew her name and was like, hello, like, lovely to see you. I knew a bit about her because I have a pod or I'm online or whatever. I hope she'll be polite enough for stranger danger not to kick in.
Yeah.
And if stranger danger doesn't kick in, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, all it takes for her, in the park or whatever, like someone knows her name, knows a bit about her. I would have been the same. If someone had come up to me and been like, hello, Harriet, how are you? Mummy says you're doing really well at your swimming lessons. Like, I would have been like, oh, really? I would have assumed this person is safe, this person is good, Mummy knows them, blah, 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 blah. If she has it, I mean, her name's, I don't think there's many of them. And I was like,
I only know one Shakira, to be fair.
Yeah.
I only know one. So...
And my girl's hips don't lie either.
They don't.
Can you imagine?
Whenever she is, she's really good.
Can you imagine if I'd just gone for it?
I'd just love to be called a Shakira.
Or like really hard. Like, been
what
like,
you should do is every episode you should
change it.
Throw them off the scent.
Absolutely.
That's what you should do.
You're so right.
Yeah, it's like Shakira, Magdalene.
Yeah.
Shaniqua. Or change it up completely. Leroy.
Babe, right?
Did I tell you about the time I told my nan that one of like my cousins had a baby and she asked what the baby's name was and I told her it was Leroy, and she wrote a card to Carl, Jen and little baby Leroy and sent it. Baby's name wasn't Leroy.
Could have been different. Could have been more different.
I was bored. She was like, what's his name? I went Leroy.
I was coming up with names to tell Bridge that it was
sick.
Do you know what I mean? Like on the arrival. Yeah. I was coming up with the joke, with the name to be like, it's this. And just to give her a couple of minutes.
Yeah. I think if I really wanted to annoy my mum, I'd say I was naming my baby after my nan.
Brilliant.
I'd say I'm calling her Barbara. And just to watch as my mum combusted out of just sheer anger.
Absolute fury.
But yeah, okay, we spoke about this on, because when we did our, we had the clip about the little baby granddad. Which is one of my favourites. But we talk about this, except for that I don't want kids, but I do know the names of them.
Yeah.
I have always known the names of them, which is strange. And I don't know whether that's a subconscious thing, but I've literally always known their names. The same way that you did. I mean, your names were a lot more whimsical than mine. You had like
a bit diff.
Like you had like reason, like
they were more literary.
Yeah. Well, obviously I can't read.
No,
so,
of course.
Yeah, because I'm poor.
Yeah, yours would just have been Spot.
Just an asterisk. I name my children after Ed Sheeran albums. Just like, come here, little divide.
What's the last thing you read? Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. Got it. Got those names. Got those names lacked down. It's divide.
I watched Everything I Know About Love again the other day. Emily had it on.
Did you like it?
We had a little watch.
It's no book, is it?
Yeah, it's no book, but I think it's really well cast.
Yeah, I do.
For what it is. Speaking of watching things, sorry, but I really need to talk about the fact that I watched Pearl Harbor for the first time.
I can't believe this. Yeah, she has. She has watched, and we've done. Yes, go.
I watched Pearl Harbor for the first time, and it's ruined my but not the romance bit. I couldn't give less of a shit about. I didn't care about them. I don't care.
Right.
Like, all right, you've shagged two fit men.
Yeah. Oh,
who fucking
you.
who?
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to. I don't feel anything for any of you.
They both love you. Oh.
Yeah. How awful.
Trage.
Like no, I don't care about that. Yeah. But Pearl Harbor, bad.
The event.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, it was bad, wasn't it? Yeah. Mad that.
Did you if before the film, this is no shade, but if before the film, if someone said Pearl Harbor, did you know what they were referencing?
I thought it was a jewelry shop.
Jewelry shop. It's good. Just a jewelry shop that was quite important in getting the Americans involved in the Second World War. Just like a jewelry shop with a lot of pull, a lot of influence. Jewelry shop really made some pretty big calls in American politics.
A jewelry shop next to where the boats stay. That only sold pearls, and I think that's a beautiful.
That's a lovely jewelry shop name.
Isn't it Pearl Harbor? I think that'd be beautiful.
Harbor. I don't think.
Or the name of an 8-year-old that exclusively drinks green tea.
Correct, absolutely.
But no, I did.
You just couldn't believe.
I did know. I did know
vaguely. Yeah, but just,
I did know.
That's totally fine.
To be fair, I knew a fair bit about Harbor because
I tell you what, I'll say that about me and Gallipoli.
Is that another old woman? What's Gallipoli? Is that the name of your next child?
The next child.
What the fuck's Gallipoli? Is this a thing?
Me and Gallipoli. You know my friend Gallipoli? You know one of my mum friends, Gallipoli?
Imagine if I had to meet someone called Gallipoli.
Okay, this is Gallipoli. I told you about.
What's Gallipoli?
Gallipoli was another one of the battles in Hatty. World War II. Yes. Yes.
Where?
The Australians did. Australians did it.
Obviously, the Australians did it. It sounds so joyful.
It wasn't.
No, but it sounds
was
so joyful.
But I didn't. I will say that I watched that film and I
There's one about Gallipoli. Is it called Gallipoli?
Yeah, babe.
If I saw a film called Gallipoli, I was like, I'm in for a wonderful afternoon.
Musical.
I was like, literally, I'm in for animation.
Gallipoli.
Gallipoli. Sounds like a frog.
I'm pretty sure, unless I'm losing my whole mind, it's Mel Gibson. Might be why it's not in vogue at the moment. But I will say that was a film I watched and I was like, I actually genuinely don't know how this bad boy ends.
Well, I knew about, because despite what we say,
We're so smart.
history and politics,
Yeah, yeah.
I am interested, and I did know about Pearl Harbor. But why? But it was the same. But it was the same when I watched Titanic. I couldn't give less of a shit about Jack and Rose. The thing that scarred me and really upset me was the scenes of people in distress.
I know.
And it was the same with Pearl Harbor. Even though obviously I knew it was horrendous, I was still watching it being like, oh my God, those poor people. Like I couldn't.
No, I know.
To the point where I literally said to Emily at one point, I was like, I can't finish watching this film.
Yeah.
Like it got, like when they got, spoilers, when they crashed the plane and then the Japanese people found them. Also, by the way, massive American propaganda. Ridiculously American propaganda. Alec Baldwin in that, by the way, cunt. Sorry,
I don't think he's...
Can I say that on this?
Yeah, of course you can. But I don't think he's a great guy in real life, actually.
I don't really know enough about him. Never met him.
No, sorry, yeah, of course.
But he basically like goes, oh yeah, we're going to go and, come on, got this boss mission here. And then basically goes, yeah, it's a suicide mission. All the best, lads. Off you go.
Yeah, poor bad bloke.
Weirdo. But yeah, it literally got to a point where I was like, I was watching it with my hood up like that. Like, absolutely terrified.
Do you think...
It completely changed me.
That there are more people like us, because I'm exactly the same. I remember watching The Notebook, which obviously I do like. I do love. But there is a moment where like she turns up at his house on his front doorstep, the place he has built, the place he has not left, and just sat there and done sweet fuck all. And he's like, oh my God. And it's this great big like climactic love moment. I'm really sorry. She's driven across the fucking country. She's tracked you down. She's put on a nice dress and a nice pair of earrings. You have fucking sat there and whinged in a swamp for however many years. And I do still have that thing of like, fucking buck your ideas up, guy.
Yeah.
And I do think we watch rom-coms in a way that other people don't. And I sometimes wonder, do you think that's why we're single?
No, I just think that I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't say The Notebook and Pearl Harbor are the same.
No, not
I mean,
quite.
I respect you and I respect your
not quite
thoughts.
the same. No, there's not an actual like whole explosion.
But like loads of people do you remember that scene where like they're reaching for their hands in the boat and then their hands stop moving? Oh my, I've thought about that every day since. Like things like that stay with me and I don't know why.
Because it's awful.
Because it's awful, you know. But yeah, I've never seen The Notebook.
Have you not?
No.
Just ruined it.
I don't really care. Is Rachel McAdams and one of the Ryans?
Don't, babe. It's Ryan Gosling. In his most important role to date.
Ken.
Yeah, you're so right.
But no, Pearl Harbor was a real experience. But what made it worse was that I accidentally watched it.
Yeah, you weren't ready. No,
so this happens to me a lot. With Emily, will have things. For those who don't know, I live with my best friend called Emily. I'm not a lesbian, and tried. Didn't work. But she will have things on because she works from home, and then I come home and I get then encapsulated in whatever she's watching, and it happened with Pearl Harbor.
God,
and it really, really upset me.
Yeah, too right.
Like I genuinely think I might need to go to therapy over Pearl Harbor because
too right, babe.
Which I think that's very on brand for me, going to therapy over an event that I wasn't at and didn't experience.
It is. But that you are like secondhand traumatized by and you will need therapy for. I do. Yeah. Can I tell you, that is maybe one upshot of like, if you ever were going to change your mind having kids, is, I mean, I'm probably a few years off, but I'm about to embark on the fucking entire Disney back catalogue.
Why would I want that?
What?
You know I'm not a Disney.
Oh, you're not.
You know I'm not a Disney girl.
Adult. What would you do then if you had to?
I don't believe Disney adults should procreate.
No, sure. What would your equivalent be like if you woke up and you were like, good God, I've got this. What you go to?
Mine's bad now.
Oh God, Michael Jackson videos.
Yeah.
ISIS beheading videos.
Israel. Just videos of Israel.
Just propaganda Israel.
Videos
So
of
what?
Israel.
What is the ones?
Well, mine's was always Harry Potter.
Oh, you can't do it now because
But
she's
I can't
tough.
because she. Well, I mean, I don't know who she is because
I always
we don't know
forget
who
you're that
wrote
much
it.
younger than me.
Because we don't know who wrote it. It was anonymously written. It's like the Da Vinci Code. It just got passed
Harry
down.
Potter.
Yeah, just got passed down.
Okay.
I don't know who wrote it.
Yeah,
I don't associate it with
folklore.
with anyone. It is
Yeah.
folklore.
Oh yeah, of course, because Harry Potter would have been
But Harry Potter. Like I remember showing Molly Harry Potter when she was really young, and because it just felt like I took loads of pictures of like with it in the background and stuff because because I obviously do. I'm sorry. Love
it.
Harry Potter and love its universe. But now unfortunately I can't give her any more money. But to be fair, I'd bought everything before she outed herself
so
as
you got
transphobe
your
anyway.
match in, hadn't you?
I'd already got it all in.
What were the cartoons you watched? Like if you had to show like a child of yours, like you had to get them into a cartoon. Like, I've chosen reruns of Sesame Street, but like 80s and 90s ones. So she only knows, as far as she's concerned, the only thing that happens on a phone is Elmo.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So I loved the Tweenies. I think we spoke about this before. I loved the Tweenies a lot. Obviously, I had a crush on Milo because I'm only human.
Sorry, yeah. Cuff me.
And literally, they had like, I still to this day know all the words to the songs that they did. There's a song called Best Friends Forever that's actually really emotional. Teletubbies I was very much part of.
Of course you were, yeah.
But this completely and utterly sums me up, by the way. I was obsessed with Robin Hood.
The Fox.
The Fox.
The hottest.
I've said this, like my first sexual feelings were about the Fox.
You are not alone, my girl.
But it wasn't just the Disney Robin Hood. I'd argue every version of Robin Hood.
He's your guy.
Errol Flynn, Men in Tights, my nan made me watch. The Kevin Costner.
Russell.
But when I was little, I was obsessed with Robin Hood. Takes from the rich to give to the poor. Hello.
God, yeah.
That's my hero.
That's the most Scouse thing you've ever said.
Innit?
Yeah, no, totally get it.
Get it? And that's why I have a Jeremy Corbyn calendar. It all links. But Robin Hood was the cartoon. I'm trying to think what other ones I did. Well, my nan had we only had 2 VHS tapes in our house, and one was the original Disney Snow White, and then the other was a recorded program of a program called Holiday, which was just a random episode where a man who was then a member of the BNP party and the late great Jill Dando went
my God, this
to
is why you
Ibiza.
love Jill Dando.
I love Jill Dando.
This is where it happened.
Isn't
it mad though that like I look back at the stuff I watched at my grandparents' house, same thing.
Yeah.
One of the things they had was an old taping of a French opera that I was obsessed with.
I mean, again, could our opera,
a
French
opera, L'Enfant et le Sortilège, and I watched it.
And I know that Yakidar is Cheers in Wales.
There we go. See, same.
Yeah,
same.
literally.
I mean, it was like the greatest treat as we could turn up and watch this French opera on a VHS. You're like, just buy The Lion King. Like, so funny.
It was just literally, it was either Snow White or this holiday program. And I remember it quite clearly, even though I was like 1. But I have like these little flashes, because they went to the aqua park in Ibiza.
God, stop it. What an absolute time.
And then I went to the aqua park in Ibiza when I was older, and I was like, I've made it.
I'm Jill Dando.
I'm Jill Dando. I really don't want to talk about
it. Don't want to do that. It's too soon.
It's too soon. It is really too soon.
Speaking of too soon, I have to stop.
Why?
I stopped too soon. But I loved it.
I don't want it.
I know. I just love it so much. It's because we don't hang out enough in person. It's because you're too busy, and I've dead. And
well, I did enjoy that. I think I did. Did I even tell you this? That on my birthday, no one asked me in person, but I'm sure I got messages asking where you were at my birthday and whether we'd fallen out.
That's so funny.
So I obviously said yeah.
Do you remember you got messages when I did my one-woman show in Liverpool? People were like, you weren't at Hatty's show. It's like, yeah, do you know sometimes there's these mad things happen where like diary clashes?
Yeah. and obviously I do actually want to touch on this before we go. Obviously you said such amazingly kind words on the first episode of this pod, and it just meant the absolute world because it was just lovely. And I think one of the things about obviously when you said that we spoke about this podcast was I was like, I hate the idea of people thinking that it's a breakdown in our relationship.
I know.
And that was really difficult. But yeah, thank you.
I said to the boys, I was like, the idea that we're doing this because me and Kay won't do a bit much better or whatever. I was like, we know what absolute non-starter, us even being able to spend any kind of time in the same place at the same time on the same day is even vaguely possible. This is remarkable. But But
I know, not that.
Yeah.
Don't want to use your podcast to promote our.
I exactly want to use this podcast to promote us.
But I think, for me, certainly, that there is. I still think there's a future there.
Yeah, of course.
For it, and hopefully, when things calm down a little bit, the Baba's, little Shaniqua is a bit older. Yeah. And things calm down a bit.
And I remember you had baby number 2, Jamarcus. And then
Jamiroquai. It's got to be Jamiroquai.
Got to be, yeah.
Or Sean DePaul.
I
really like that. I really like Sean DePaul. Call that boy Sean DePaul. Can you pick if it's a boy or a girl?
No, babe. Not in this country.
No, you can't.
Couldn't in America. But yeah, and also speaking of me and Kay, if you do want to see me and Kay at a place together, holding hands as we were meant to live, Sunday the 26th of July at Creatures Comedy, isn't it? Because we're splitting a show.
We are splitting a show.
So it's 26th? Yes.
Yeah, no, you're
Sunday
right.
the 26th of July, Kay and I will indeed be holding hands.
Have you written it yet?
Don't be silly, Kay. That's what hours before are for. It's going to be perfect. You should all come. We've put loads of time into it. It's going to be great. I love you the most.
I love you
for coming.
Most. No, thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
This is my letter of the week, and I think it's quite self-explanatory. And it's probably quite pathetic. I do know that, but here we are. To my tummy. I want to start this by saying I'm really sorry. I think I've been kind of a dick to you for the past, probably over 25 years, actually. And I think I've been especially dickish of late. It wasn't helped by the guy on the tube over the weekend who got up to offer me his seat. Everyone in London except my mates is a twat, so I know it was not to be chivalrous. He gave me one of those kind smiles and looked at my tummy as if to say, don't worry, I know I'm one of the good ones. Except my baby is about to turn 1, so he is not one of the good ones. He's actually a terrorist loose on the London Underground system again. So I've been being mean to you again. I think I just maybe need to explain something, though. Not to excuse my problematic attitude, but maybe just to explain it. In the year 2000, I turned 13, and I suppose for the first time I became acutely aware of you. Meaning just past the point of the childish understanding of a tummy, which was either I had a tummy ache or I did not have a tummy ache, like aware of you and what I was being told you were supposed to look like. Before then, I don't think I'd realised you needed to look like anything, and I don't want to make you sad, so I won't go into it too much, but basically, you weren't really playing ball. Actually, that's not the right wording at all. You were absolutely playing ball. You were on every single sports team going and excelling. You let me go fast on land or water. You kept me strong on grass or court and were highly impressive and durable over long distances and muddy terrain. The issue was that in the noughties, no one really cared how healthy you were. You simply were not concave. And over the next few years, as people like Misha Barton in her low jeans and Sienna Miller in her big low belts and Paris Hilton in her bikinis and dungarees, it's a long story, were shoved down our throats. I mean, they weren't. Actually, very little was meant to actually go down our throats, it turns out. I think I wasn't very kind to you or about you. And it didn't matter that very often these perfect abdominal specimens on our screens and magazines were also often depicted as so stupid or troubled that they were practically deranged. That didn't matter. Because they had concave stomachs. The worst part is I see photos of that time now and you were so tiny. You were so small and pale and smooth and strong, but I wasn't. If I'd been stronger then, I would have had the capacity for gratitude. But that word hadn't been invented back then, so I just had shame. That word had been invented by then, and its leading market was, and I believe still is, teenage girls. Honestly, all I wanted, even more than good GCSE results, Miss 60 jeans or GHD straighteners, was for you, tummy, to be one of those tanned ones that went all the way in when you lie down and also nips in a bit at the waist. Although that wasn't actually the be-all and end-all after all, it was more important that my hip bone stuck out like an eye-poking hazard. And now here I am. after a period of time where you have worked harder than you've ever worked and gifted me the best person I've ever met, and I've started looking at you through gritted teeth, burying you in layers of Spanx that actually hurt and sucking you in again in the mirror, like none of that mattered. And I'm really sorry. And I am really trying. It's just the first thing I look at in any photos of me, and it's the reason I haven't gone back to just working out in crop tops again, and it's why I'm getting nervous about summer already, and I'm sorry. I know it doesn't sound like I am, but I'm trying. I'm trying to look at this little pouch and remember who it grew. I'm trying to look at the way it jiggles at the top of my jeans and remember how much I loved watching it get bigger and bigger and feeling her swooshing about like a whale inside. I'm trying to calm down when yet another play suit clings badly to my gunt when I try to zip it up and remember who was watching. You grew her. Such a beautiful tummy. I love her tummy. It's big and soft and wonderful and spills out over her nappy and sometimes means she gets sort of wedged in the bath seat, and I just adore it, and she loves it. She loves it when I make raspberry noises in it. And when I zhuzh it really fast when we sing Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. She loved having it stroked that time by one of my male comedian friends when she was falling asleep on him in the green room. She hasn't met shame yet. It hasn't been invited into her world. And I'm opening the door to it. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm doing it. And I'm sorry, and I'm trying. And I love you, even when I forget that myself. And I thank you, even when it looks like I'm trying to do everything possible to forget what you've done. And if this little pouch never goes away, then that's okay. I know I'd rather it was here now than it had never had the reason to be. But if you could maybe just tone down the reaction to ice cream just while we're on the tube, that would be incredible. No, was as if not, but it would just be cute from time to time when feminist terrorists with tote bags are watching. Yours forever, Hatty.